Hello everyone, welcome to pre-construction investment presentation. In this presentation, we will go through various aspects we should look into when we invest in pre-construction in GTA as well as outside GTA. In fact, we will be discussing this can be used for throughout the province in Ontario. So basically, let me introduce myself. Myself, Hashim Ashraf. I'm based in Mississauga and I work in pre-construction, which is my passion and my specialty. Being an immigrant, around 3 years back when I came to Canada, I had an opportunity to invest in real estate and create some awesome returns on my investment. Then I helped a few of my friends. Later on, I decided to take it as a full-time profession. Then now I help many people to fulfill their investing journey and create some awesome returns in real estate. So basically, like this presentation I have put together in line with the assignment clauses, pre-construction, and repeating the same thing again and again and again. So like we'll not talking much about long-term holding and investment strategy in this. That can be a different section altogether. But in this presentation, basically, we'll be discussing about more on how we can get entry into a pre-construction projects and we can get out before we actually close the project. So let's discuss and let's jump into the in detail discussion about this project. Why to invest in pre-construction project? So there are several things we need to keep in mind when we discuss in pre-construction projects. So like there are plenty of pre-construction projects in and around, inside GTA, outside GTA, and throughout the province. So depending upon the location, depending upon the city, the projects varies from like condominium to townhomes to detached homes and different style of projects, even like cottage style projects or even resort style projects is also coming up in Ontario. So few things we need to keep in mind is like why we are investing in pre-construction projects is it's kind of a faster and higher returns, like, and also it depends upon like what kind of a projects we are looking at. Like in fact, if you look at projects like townhomes and detached homes, sometimes it can be faster. If you look at a very tall condominium, it can be little like we need to give more time to get out of the projects. If we invest in reasonable height of a project, then we can get out faster. So I can say like one point will be a faster and higher returns. Next thing is like getting the first and the lowest price. Getting the first and the lowest price, which is very, very, very important, because like getting into the access in the first access, that's called like VIP access, like before the project launches into any public. So there are several steps involved in buying a pre-construction. So if you are a seasoned investor, or if you want to become a seasoned investor, you have to make sure that you always get in the first access. So in the first access, the builder will have a lot of incentives to offer and a lot of extra additional things to offer and even extended deposit structures. There are so many things, like builder will give so many incentives on the first access because builder wants to sell some units. So they'll give a lot of incentives like parking, lockers. There are so many things to discuss in that, like everything, like, you will have so much of leverage when you get into the first access. And moreover, like by the time, like in 1 month, 2 months time, it actually reaches to the public, there itself, you would have made around $20,000 to $25,000 in profit at least, because like there's a leverage, like, because you got into the first access, by the time it's into the public launch, the price is already up. So you have to keep in mind that always you have to get in the first access. So that indirectly we get an appreciation itself. It's a big appreciation potential there itself. Then we already discussed about the deposit structures. So in all the slides, I have given my link in the slide, like Platinum VIP access. So you can just register there. Like obviously, we'll be able to send you all the details of every project which is coming in, like GTA, outside GTA, and throughout province. We have hundreds of access to all the new developments which is happening in the province. Next, coming to why condominium, because in this we are discussing a little more about condominium. In future we can make about some other like buildings also. Like in the condominium, like basically what happens, we get a longer closing time, and the market is really still we feel that the market is undervalued, because like if you compare, for example, if you compare Mississauga price to a Toronto price, the Mississauga price is cheaper than Toronto. So like but Mississauga is growing very, very fast. So if you compare from like Mississauga to like Kitchener, Waterloo, still the price is cheaper in Kitchener, Waterloo. So still we know that we can get in the first access and we can make some good profits. Even after the COVID now, like the market is really picked up and it's picking up. And young professionals always like condos because maintenance, like all those things, like they don't want to take headaches. So there are always plenty of buyers for condominium in the resale market. So all the young working professionals, they like condominium. Definitely a stable investment for a long run. It has been proven for multiple times. It's a very stable investment. And in the condominium, most of the builders give a fantastic incentives when we get into the VVIP access. So that's the main attraction to get into the first access. Obviously maintenance we have talked about 2-3 times. We have a less headaches, and obviously it's easy to rent. Condominiums are always easy to rent. It's very fast moving. Look at the price, like I have put some price charts here, like average price for condo apartment from December 2011 to December 2020. Look at all the 3 graphs, like Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton. Everything from December 2011, if it is 175, it is grown up. So year on year, it is always on the uptrend. The data is taken from Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. So it's almost 10 years of data and beautifully laid out of condo price. So this slides gives you clear picture about where the trend is going, and the growth rate, like Toronto is plus 78.2%, Mississauga is 98%, Brampton is also given there. So this indicates that condo investment will be worth looking at now. If you look at the residential average prices from Jan 2012 to July 21, again the data is from CREA, the Canadian Real Estate Association. The graph is showing just upward trend year on year. So obviously getting into a pre-construction at the right time, we will get definitely a very good return. So it's always worth considering pre-construction projects as an investment vehicle for you to create a long-term wealth. Now let's discuss about a key point. It's called assignment. So what is an assignment? Like the main reason I put together this presentation is to make you understand like the entire process, as well as how to get in and how to get out of the project. So assignment basically is like we are just getting, if I purchase a project, a condominium or a construction townhome or a detached home, before I close on my name, I'm selling that contract to somebody else for a new buyer. So it is a sale of a pre-construction unit. This means instead of selling an already built unit, what's being sold in the contract or right to acquire the property upon completion. So there are several advantages for assignments. So few I have listed here. Many advantages. Well, the most important few are like reinvestment. Like we can always pull back our equity and profit. We can invest in the new project. So it becomes kind of a assignment flips. So like instead of flipping a old home, you are actually flipping the new home. So it's kind of an assignment flip. So where you will rinse and repeat your initial investment again and again and again over a period of time to create wealth through real estate. Second one is no carrying cost. You can avoid all paying monthly fees like occupancy fee. So we'll come to the occupancy fee in the later slide, but these are the costs which will be involved if you are trying to close like during interim period. So all those can be avoided. Occupancy fee sometimes it can last up to few months to a year. So there is no closing cost. When we don't close on our name, so we don't have a closing cost. So the closing is taken care by somebody else. So with that money, we can always play in the market. We have the money. So we are getting into one project, we are getting out of the project. So we can always take advantage of this hot condo market. So, and all the market now, it's very well performing. And if you look at Mississauga, Toronto, these are the major economic drivers. Like real estate is a major economic driver, and it is showing, at the moment it is showing no slowdown. And as we all know that the number of units in GTA and outside GTA is very less. We are running out of inventory. There is no inventory in GTA and outside GTA. So a lot of immigrants are coming into the country. We need place to stay. So all these things are very important. So people need to place to stay when they come from different countries. So immigration, like every year, like there are 400,000 people coming in. So these people need place to stay. So whatever the number of units are built, those units will be sold fast. So pre-construction is a very good way to continuously invest in the market and be in the market and create wealth. Advantage for buyers in assignments, like they have options, more choices when there is a shortage of listing in the market. Because when it comes to the assignment, there's less competition. Like fewer people are looking at these type of listings, and more choices. They can negotiate, and in fact, the buyer gets a brand new unit because the unit is already built and it is not sold to someone, or you are not buying a resale property. The buyer who is looking to stay, instead of buying a resale home, he can actually buy a new home, and he's actually saving 2 or 3 years of waiting time, which is already taken for construction. Of course, then taxes. You may also like benefit from saving taxes like GST and HST. Now let's come to the interim occupancy and final closing, because we talked about occupancy in the last slide. It's very important because like when it comes to the condominium, we have something called interim occupancy, because we will be given an interim occupancy before the final closing. So we actually in fact take the possession, but we don't close on our name. So we have a time gap between the interim occupancy and the final closing. So during this interim occupancy period, the buyer who bought the unit, he has to keep paying an interim occupancy fee. So that fees can be vary from builder to builder depending upon the municipal taxes and all those other factors. It can vary from builder to builder and place to place and municipal to municipal. So these costs are there. So this cost can be saved in case if you are able to sell your unit on assignment before the interim occupancy or just at the interim occupancy, so that you can save a few $1000s sometimes, because even the interim occupancy runs from 6 months to a year. Depends upon the builder. Next is the final closing. So it's a stage where we actually close the unit and take on our name. So that's the final closing. So there you have a new home on your name. These are the few steps we have discussed, like assignment, interim occupancy, final closing on in the condo investment category. Few points, like before investing we should consider a few points. These are all like when we go to a platinum access, we should find out the deposit structure, like how good is the deposit structure, like do we have a extended deposit structure, because it can vary from a month to 1.5 years to 2 years. So depending upon the project, like these are all not in our control, these are all in the control of builders, so they have a different structure. So as a investor we are trying to get an extended deposit structure as much as possible, so that we can have cash in hand to invest in different properties. Next is take advantage of the 10-day cooling off period. Like when you book a unit, you can look at all the papers. Like if you decided there are 3 properties coming up in the market, and you can look at different projects, and you want to buy one, you can book in all 3, and maybe if you want to buy in only 2, you can only 2, and you can decide in the 10 days period you can which unit you want to go. So you have a 10-day cooling off period for you to decide. Most important is work with an experienced pre-construction real estate realtors, because that can save you thousands of dollars, because they have the full knowledge about specialized most of the projects which is coming up in the market. Like they're always updated, like they're always updated with all the projects which is coming up in the market, so that as an investor, like you when you work with an experienced specialized pre-construction realtors, they'll be able to show you like 5 to 6 options in one glance, so that you can pick and choose like which one you want to go and invest, and which is most suitable to you according to your budget. Always have an assignment clause, which is very important. Without assignment clause, as an investor, if you buy, it's difficult. So assignment clause will give you an upper hand for you to sell before closing, as well as check the price, like how much the builder is charging. Like builder may charge like 5,000, 10,000, depending upon the construction, depending upon the project. They will have a different assignment fee. So the builder charge assignment fee. So make sure that check the assignment fee before you sign the contract. Expect always some delays in construction, because like there are so many things can go like without our control, like without anyone's control. So like there may be some delays here and there, because when it comes to construction, always there will be some delays. So we have to expect some delays in construction, because it cannot be like if we have like date on 31st December, so sometimes it may delay. So we need to give that buffer time. And about the condo fee, like how much is the condo fee, how much can it increase, like what is the neighboring building fee, or like comparatively what other buildings are charging. All those things are also important. Prepare for interim occupancy period. Like make sure that you prepare for interim occupancy period, because you have to pay interim occupancy charges. But like builders mostly they allow you to rent the property even during the occupancy period. So in that case, like you can pay the interim occupancy period fee, and you can rent the unit, you can get the rental income as well. Finally, prepare for closing and taxes. Obviously you need to discuss to your tax accountant for most of the details about how the tax works. Next, we are coming to most important thing, few important points when we consider investing in reconstruction. Obviously we need to buy a reasonable size, not huge size. Like if in a condominium there are different size of the units, like there are 1 bedroom, 1 plus den, 2 bedroom, 2 plus den, or even 3 bedroom or penthouses if when it comes to pre-construction condominium. So make sure that you buy a reasonable size, so which can fit in to small families, where you can sell faster. Like most important, like if you buy a, it's not that if you buy a penthouse you cannot sell. You can sell. Even if you buy a penthouse you can sell. It's not that you cannot sell. But I'm talking about in general, like for a day-to-day, everyday people, for you to invest in real estate. So we try to buy a reasonable size so that it can be sold faster. Parking, should always consider parking even when you're buying as an investor perspective, because when you buy a unit without parking, to save some dollars, because parking nowadays always comes with the price like 40 to 50, 60, 70,000 depending upon the location. But you should always make sure that the parking is included when you're buying, because once the building is up and running, it is next to impossible to get a parking. And without parking, it's very hard to, like, it's not hard, it's not possible to sell. It's sometimes it may be difficult. Sometimes you may not get the desired price you wanted to get. So it's better always, whenever we add on some features to the unit, we have to consider, like, which is very, very important, we need to consider. Next strategy is like investing in a smaller building. Sometimes it depends, like if it's like beautiful buildings, like now which is coming up in Exchange District 3 in Mississauga. It's one of the building, the class, one of the landmark building which is going to be built in Mississauga. So those kind of a building, towers, like 66 floors, you can invest like blindly, like without any second thought. You can invest in those kind of buildings because it's a masterpiece. Those kind of real estate will not be built again and again. Those are all one of the kind. Like for example, MCT, the Tower 3, which is like 82 floors. Exchange District, Tower 3, 66 floors. Even M4, MCT 4, which is I think again more than 60 floors. Because these are all the masterpiece locations which is coming up in Mississauga, which has got always a great potential for investors. So when we are going outside like GTA, so you can always think about investing in smaller buildings where you can sell faster, less competition. So it depends. There are pros and cons, and this changes from city to city. Most important is location. Again, I told about the most popular is locations. Location is the key. Location. It's a power. If you buy in downtown Mississauga, like, you can always sell, because the another 4 years time, 5 years time, the entire map of Mississauga would have been changed because of LRT, because of train, GO station development, everything will be changed. So, and most of the people, like the plenty of immigrants coming in, they're coming to GTA. Their first hub is GTA. From GTA, they go outside. Like they have to, mostly they come land here. They are here for, like, even when I came as an immigrant, I was here, I stayed here, but I continue to stay here because I like this place. Same way, many people, they come first time here, they come here, and they stay here, they look for the job, or they from here they relocate to another province or another city. So GTA is most popular for, we all know that everybody comes here, and they are here. If you're holding, like, at least hold for 1 year before putting it to the market. At least hold for 1 year. Like, in case if you want to sell the unit, it's like it's kind of a thumb rule, or like general understanding, like just to know the market, as well as like some tax advantage. You can talk to your accountant regarding that. Like when you buy as an investor, like getting back the rebate of HST and all those things, you can actually discuss to your accountant, so that they'll be better people to make you understand about the tax advantages of investing in real estate. Then, like, next is, like, as investing on the top floors, when it comes to investing, like even here, like, I have two perspectives. Like, for example, if somebody wants to invest in luxury properties or luxury condominium, obviously, like, even buying a penthouse on the top makes sense because that will really fetch a lot of money. But down payment will also be more when it comes to a penthouses or on a higher floor. And next is like when it goes to the top floor, the premium, like every floor, when it goes up, there's a premium. So you have to decide, like, for example, if you're buying on the 25th floor, and the same unit if you're buying on the 45th floor, so again 20 floors difference, so you'll be paying a premium for 20 floors. So you should look at like whether it is worth paying a premium for 20 floors. What is my return on investment? What will be my return on investment? All these things are very important. Like if it is reasonable, for example, if it is 1,000 per floor, then it's okay, it's reasonable. It's a difference of 20,000. If, for example, if the premium is more than like 2,500, sometimes it may not make sense because there itself the profit will eat up. So these things should be considered when investing in pre-construction, so that like for you to get out of the project. If you are looking for you to stay for yourself, then these rules will not make any sense, because you can buy the best property, best floor, best location, best view. Like you can buy the top floors, like you can buy all the upgrades, you can buy everything which is included because you are staying there. When it comes to an investment, because you are selling it, your mindset is to sell and to make some profits. So there you have to be very calculative. As usual, I have given my link there. It's a Platinum Access link. If you registered there, you will get all the projects which is coming up. So you'll have an update coming in through email. You can always be updated on the market, what's coming up. When we are considering upgrades, it's very important. We should make sure that we consider some upgrades always. Like you cannot ignore all the upgrades. Few upgrades which increase the value of the unit. And about the pricing, you should check the pros and cons, and you should think whether it really makes sense for me to pay so much money, and I can talk about this feature during my sales time. So that's very important. So you have to consider that. And in pre-construction, obviously, you have to consider some cash flow, not always, but like when it comes to pre-construction, if you are renting out, there is a maintenance fee also involved. So you have to think how much you can get as a cash flow, and you have to calculate in your investment calculation, and as well as you have to consider the capital appreciation potentials. Deposit structure, obviously, sometimes can be negotiable, but always try to get extended deposit, or try to look for builders who are offering extended deposits, so which can save you some time to raise some capital or to raise some deposit money. And obviously you will incur additional closing costs that you do not normally incur when you are buying a resale. And obviously you have enough and more time to like go around and shop for mortgages, because you have time, 2 years time or 2.5 years time to close each project. Finally, like use exclusive buyer pre-construction specialist realtors, which can save you thousands of dollars because of the access they can get you in. And about the builder targeting, in the builder targeting, which is we look at the price per square feet, there is obviously every city is different, every town is different. So the price of Mississauga is not the price of Brampton or Toronto or Niagara or St. Catherine or Welland. So every city has a different price, but we should make sure that how we can compare in a city, how we can compare apple to apple, or a new development to new development. What is the best price we can get for square foot, and whether it is really worth extra deposits, and whether there is an assignment sale or not, assignment clause or not. Next is the right to lease during the occupancy, because the occupancy period can be longer, few months. So during that time, you will be paying out money from your pocket. So if you rent out, you can get some money, so which can be like balanced. Then what are the additional incentives like the builder is offering? And parking and locker we already discussed, and definitely like additional amenities like nearby facilities, school, or any other like airports, train stations, GO train, LRT, public transport, and all like parks and any other details like which is coming around the building. So we normally target, like when we target a builder, like we see all these things, like when we offer units to our clients. So we look at all these things, and we try to get these kind of projects, and we try to involve in this kind of projects, so that like when we offer to our clients, they get the best projects which is currently running in the market. As I said, like we are investing in providing our clients the best service of their lifetime. Like sales definitely, which can go up and down. Obviously, like these are all like this is nothing like written on a stone or a concrete. Sales, obviously, like real estate market, it can go up and down. Stock market can go up and down, but whatever the service we offer, that stays forever. So we always try to make sure that we give best service to our clients, as well as best service to our clients, and get best projects to our clients. So that's our core belief. Like we believe in our core values. Like basically, I work in Samax in pre-construction, so like it's been there for more than 11 years, and one of the fastest growing brokerage in GTA. And obviously the client first, honesty, integrity, commitment, teamwork, and innovation through technology. This is the core value of Samax, and everybody is trained to at most good faith, loyalty, honesty, and fidelity. So it has been an industry leader through innovation and teamwork. Like I think we have one of the best teamwork in the market. So we have an excellent team. Like it's a full service brokerage. We will be able to give you the best service which you can get. Now let me talk about Exchange District. So as a presentation, in this presentation, I included a brand new project itself. That's Exchange District, which is actually launching, like today is 10th of August, which is launching tomorrow, 11th of August in Mississauga. Like 66 floors, and the state of the art building, like you can see in the picture, the tower you can see there, and you can see there are so many towers behind it, which is not actually built even now. These are all the future planning of Mississauga, the master planned community. That's the future planning. Those are all the towers will be up and running in coming years. That's the reason I'm telling you. The Mississauga will be a big city in next 5 years time, because if you see behind the Exchange District, if you see the towers, I think you can see the city hall. You can see the behind the library, the ice ring. You can see the parking of Square One, and you can see the existing building there, 2 towers. All the buildings just behind that are new buildings, which is not yet built, but these are all will be coming in coming future to Mississauga. So such a huge density will be formed in Mississauga. So these many people will be moving into Mississauga. All these towers will be full. So this is going to be the one of the best place in GTA. And we all know that Mississauga is a very, very well planned, beautiful master planned city. So this project will be launched tomorrow, that is 11th of August. So if you want to book a unit, you can call me at 289-772-6202, or you can email me hashim@samax.ca. We'll be able to get a unit in that building. It's a 66 floor, one of the masterpiece real estate which is built in Mississauga, and I think there is no other land left in front of Square One to be built. Such a massive tower. So this is their third tower of Exchange project, because the first is sold out, second is sold out, There's a third one. So the next one will be, they'll be launching, we don't know when, but there are totally four towers in their master plan. But this is the third one, but this is the tallest one in Exchange District master plan development. So if you need a unit, if you are interested to book a unit, call me at 289-772-6202, and you can email me at hashim@saymax.ca. So this is another look of the building. Like you can see all four towers all together, and even you can see behind there are plenty of master planned buildings. See, I think one of the best project to be involved in Mississauga. A few points about Exchange District 3 condo, like it's sitting on a 3-acre site on 151 City Center Drive, just south of Square and Shopping Center, Mississauga, and it's a master planned condominium development in downtown Mississauga. One of the top builder of GTA, and like condominium residences, vibrant pedestrian and cafes, restaurants, parks, public spaces, including office and commercial. There will be fitness centers, curated finishes, comprehensive amenities. And step to square one, you know that new Hurontario LRT will be the master planned urban destination, because the LRT will be the new LRT which is coming up on the Burnhamthorpe. So those are all like master planned and designed accordingly. So once it is completed, these are all will be interlinked, and it's close to the Pearson Airport, minutes away to the highways. Why Saymax? And like Saymax has got like working relations with all the major builders in GTA and out of GTA. Like for example, you name like Cambrasville Corp. Like Cambrasville Corp is the builder of Exchange District 3. Like Daniels, everybody knows Daniels, like one of the best builder in GTA. In a development, Empire, Linvest, Amacon, you name, like Urban Capital Rogers, which is M-City, like 8 towers in M-City. The first, second, the third one is 83 floors, which is up and running now, already up and running. M4 is underselling now, another 4 more to come. So definitely we'll be able to get units in these projects. So you can click the link and register in Platinum Access link. We'll get in touch with you, and we'll take you to the VIP Platinum event and get you the units of your desire. Like Saymax, definitely one of the fastest growing companies in GTA. Like more than 10,000 transactions till date, and it's a premier full service brokerage for resale, for leases, for reconstruction, for everything. Like basically I'm working full time in pre-construction, so I'm specialized in pre-construction, but we have an entire full service brokerage, and all top agents are working in the real estate and servicing to their clients. So this is my contact information. You can always email me at hashim@saymax.ca. It's my number 289-772-6202, and you can get in touch. We can chat about real estate, we can chat about reconstruction, we can chat about investing in reconstruction both inside and outside GTA, and that's it. Looking forward to meeting you and looking forward to working with you for pre-construction homes and condos. That's one of my website, hashim.saymaxrealty.ca. And again, there's a link, Platinum Access, Platinum VIP Access. You can register, and we will get back to you, and we will discuss about what's your plan. Like we can discuss about how, like we can actually plan out how do you want to invest, like which location, whether you want to be in GTA, out of GTA, or like you want to invest in condominium, houses, detached homes, like anything. Like we can plan according to your taste and according to your budget and according to your requirement, we'll be able to plan things, and we can make a good offers for you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation, and talk to you soon. Thank you so much.